Welcome to the Good Dudes Podcast with Aaron James and Logan Bean.
Where each week we're going to talk through the ins and outs of everyday life through a Christian perspective.
So let's do it.
Well, take number 2. Great. I love that. This is just being real for a minute. We've been sitting here for about 15, 20 minutes talking, and it wasn't recording.
But it's okay.
It's all good. It's all good. So, hey, we are out here today. We decided, we both enjoy sitting around a fire, and so we were like, hey, let's do a Fireside Chat episode. Because, one of my favorite things is, sitting outside with a group of friends and just hanging out, talking about life, talking about things going on, and, enjoying a nice little fire.
Yeah, just shooting the breeze around a fire. Ain't nothing better than that.
Yeah. And that's where, I think, a lot of our podcast episodes really could have been the same thing. A lot of them are conversations from Fireside Chats.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're in my backyard, hanging out. We've got some coffee going. I made coffee in the first take, but didn't get it. So
yeah, we haven't drank any yet, so don't
we
worry.
have not drank it yet. It's cooking right now. And so yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got this cool coffee.
We got
Show 'em
cool
about the
coffee. We do have cool coffee. So I found, and walking through Walmart last night, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey Coffee. We were talking about earlier. We were smelling it.
It's non-alcoholic coffee.
Non-alcoholic, obviously. We're not gonna put anything in it. But yeah, I mean, it smells good. I'm a coffee almost snob, and so I enjoy really good coffee, and I really don't like bad coffee.
Yeah.
And so, it smells good, but it definitely smells like it has other stuff in it. I smell a lot of chocolate in there and a lot of sweetener in there.
Yeah, it's got a sweeter smell than most coffee.
Yeah, so.
Which is fine by me.
Yeah, Logie over here likes his sweet coffee.
I do.
I prefer mine just, straight black. But
I'm basic.
Hey, Logan is a basic white girl when it comes to coffee. Hey, I was too for a long time though.
Yeah.
I used to put a lot of cream sugar. And don't get me wrong. I still enjoy what I call dessert coffee.
Yeah.
A macchiato or a latte or something. I still enjoy that. But I got to have my coffee first,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, ignore the cars going by. I'm hoping I can cut most of that out. But in case there's big trucks going by, I live on a highway, so it gets a little loud sometimes. A lot of chicken trucks go by, which is great.
Yeah, I've never been a big, I've always liked coffee with a lot of cream and sugar in it and stuff like that, but I've never, drank it super consistently until I started working at the church.
Yeah, we'd go through a lot of coffee at the church.
That little coffee machine gets.
I don't know how we have an industrial sized Keurig. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I still don't know how we haven't absolutely just blown that thing up. Because there is always somebody getting coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or something
throughout
tea
all the
or
day,
whatever it is.
morning through evening.
Oh yeah, it's not uncommon for there to be a line about 3:00.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We buy coffee by the bulk. Matt gets online and buys coffee it looks like we're ordering shoes or something.
Yeah.
They come in these huge boxes. So it's one of those hope you like it when he gets it.
Yeah, no joke.
Some of it's okay, but there's some of it that he bought a Friends coffee, a Central Perk from the show Friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was surprisingly very good. Surprisingly, It's very good. We ran out, and I was like, hey, order more of this.
Yeah.
But he'll find deals because Matt is the deal master.
Yeah.
In case you don't know that, he can find all kinds of deals on all kinds of stuff. And so... Yeah.
Yeah, we got boxes and boxes of them.
Oh, it's rough.
They just line the top of those cabinets up there.
Yeah. So, anyways, seasons are changing. It went from 85 degrees one day to the next day it was 32 or 40 degrees.
Right at freezing.
We had first frost the other night.
Yeah. I love it.
Gosh, I love it. I think it's awesome. We were talking about the other day. I'm hoping that it stays this cold.
Yeah, all the way through.
Because, here in Arkansas, sometimes we get the whole, you just thought it was going to get
Yeah.
cold. And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
it'll be back up in the, high 70s, low 80s
Yep.
in November. And you're like, this isn't right.
Yep.
But I'm hoping, if it stays like this, we might be on track for, a white December. That'd be pretty nice.
Man. That would be nice. Yeah, you don't get that a lot.
No.
Yeah, you just 2, maybe 3 weeks of cold weather, and then it just heats right back up.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, this is not
thanks.
great.
Thanks for the teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we really got this fire rolling now.
Yeah, we do.
That's what's up.
I like it.
There's still a bunch of wood on there. Good to go. Let it burn. No, so we were talking in the first episode kind of about hunting and things like that. And so, we're fixing to be there to where here in the next few weeks, I'll be taking a week of vacation and going hunting.
Yep.
And so we're trying to get a couple episodes ahead. So if we're wearing the same things, don't be bothered. Don't think that we just don't change our clothes.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get ahead. That way we can both be gone and not having to work or not having to miss out for you guys, because we want to keep these things consistent. I'm still sticking with my goal.
Yeah.
100 episodes.
100.
I'm still sticking to it. And I think we'll get there.
We got it, dude.
I mean, really at some point, and let us know what you think. At some point, I'm honestly thinking we might go 2 weeks.
2
if
weeks?
we can do it. It'd be a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if people realize how much work goes into these things. It really is a lot. But, yeah, I love doing it. Like this morning, I came out here and set all this up. And I was like, I'm working, but I love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's hard to hate it when you're making something fun. You're going to hang out with your buddy and just talk, you know. And doing something for yourself, there's a huge difference. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do for the church. But working for yourself is such a totally different animal.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah, when you enjoy it, it makes a difference.
Yeah, when you really enjoy what you get to do, and stuff really makes you you just get excited. Oh, did that go out in the yard? No, we're good. Ooh, we're finally getting hot enough to start boiling some water. Coffee is brewing, y'all.
Coffee's on its way.
Coffee's on its way. So, what else new? What else do you want to talk about today? So, I mean, Fireside Chats, we normally just literally shoot the bull, about anything. You got anything you want to talk about? Anything going on?
Man, no, wedding season's in full effect. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I know it is for you too. How many you got wedding you've already shot?
I've already shot 2 this season. Or 3. 3. Yeah, I've done 3 this year already. And I've got 1 or 2 more coming up that I'm going to be doing. Which is, it's fun, but at the same time, it's it's a lot of work. A wedding is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I don't think people really realize that sometimes. And so there's a large cost to it, too. Wedding photographers and wedding videographers, there is just a lot to what we do and the amount of time that's put into it. And so there's a large cost on that,
Yeah. You sent me some of the pictures of one of the last weddings you did, and you said they were how many pictures altogether that you have to go through and kind of weed out the good ones?
Oh, I mean, if I'm doing photography, in a wedding, we're talking 4 hours, I'm probably going to take almost 5,000 pictures.
Golly.
Yeah. So it's not it's one of those, I don't want to miss something.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's a lot of, I will take way more pictures than I need to make sure that I get one that's perfect.
Right.
And I know some photographers are more reserved. They'll do 2 or 3 as to where I'll do 5 pictures to get one thing.
Right.
Oh, hello. Oh, we're boiling over. That's all right. Yeah, I'll do 4 or 5 just to get that one good, perfect picture.
Yeah.
Versus other people will do, 2 or 3. And it just takes time. That's all it really is, and getting comfortable with the bride and groom, like that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Is they've got to feel comfortable around you, otherwise it just isn't going to be right. Isn't going to look right.
Yeah. So the wedding that I was in this last weekend, after the ceremony, like the wedding party stayed there and took pictures while everybody went to the reception real quick.
Which I hate that model.
Yeah.
I do. If it's me and I have any say in it, we're doing all pictures beforehand.
Yeah.
That way everybody can enjoy the reception. You're not having to wait on me, the photographer.
Yeah. That makes sense. But the photographer we had, well, there was like 3 people with cameras. I don't know if they were all like from the same place or some of them were family or something like that or what. But one of the guys, like, we were all like in a line taking pictures. He's like, all right, you stand by her and you stand by him, and then he'd snap here. All right, everybody smile, and he'd snap a few and be like, okay, now there's bees all around you. Pretend like there's bees all around you. And that was his thing. Like for every different like picture setup that he did, like it was like normal one, and then he's like, all right, there's bees all around you. And we're just like, what are you talking about, dude? We're not gonna pretend like there's bees all around us, man. I don't know. Is that something? I don't know, because I get like some people do the thing where like the groomsmen are running and they'll like put a dinosaur in the background or something like that.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything like that. So I don't get what he was trying to.
I don't get the bees. Now I always like I'll come up with some stupid joke
Yeah.
to get people to laugh.
Yeah.
Or I give prompts like that sometimes, but it's nothing like that. It'll be like, all right, everybody superhero pose this way, or everybody, look this way and with a mean face, or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't get what the bees thing would have been.
Maybe he was just trying to make us laugh, but it didn't work.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, and I'm also like, most of the weddings that I do, I'm the lead shoot on, but I am doing potentially 2 or 3. Then I'm gonna be somebody's backup shooter.
Oh yeah.
Which is fine by me, because that means I can get all the like cool random shots while they have to get the normal shots.
Right.
That's kind of fun to do sometimes. But yeah, I'm just not a wedding guy.
Yeah.
I'm really not. Like, it's one of those things. I mean, I'm sure mine will be different. I'll have different opinions on mine, but not much.
No.
I'm really like, I'm borderline. I could elope and probably be fine.
Yeah.
I know my mom was probably like, "You're not doing that," and Darcy's I know is saying no, but
yeah. Well, see, I'm not. I've never been a dancer. Surprise. And so, pretty much every wedding I've gone to, like the only weddings that I've danced at has been my sister's and maybe one of my cousins. But I'm not just about to get up there and just like start dancing. I get like what I like to do is just sit back and people watch. Especially when there's alcohol at weddings.
Absolutely.
Because watching people make drunken fools of themselves on the dance floor
is fantastic.
It's way better than any fun I could have out on the actual dance floor. Like that's what we did at this last wedding. Is Madeline went with me, and so we sat on the side, and people were drinking and stuff like that. And there was this one guy, and he like each song, and the more he drank, the more clothes came off. And so
that's fantastic.
So he was in the wedding party, and so we had like long button-up long-sleeve shirts with suspenders over it. And so first it was the long-sleeve shirt came off, and then he put the suspenders back on. And then, like, a couple songs later, he took his undershirt off, so he was shirtless, and then he put the suspenders back on, and he was dancing around like the Great Value brand Magic Mike. And so we just had the best time just watching him. And he came up to us, and he was shirtless and sweaty and drunk, and he came up to me, and he's like, "What are you doing, bro?" I was like, "What are you doing, bro?"
What are you doing, man? Because this is not it right.
He's like, "I'm having fun at a wedding." I was like, okay.
See, I've never really been to one of those like crazy weddings where people are dancing or like there's a huge dance floor and stuff.
Yeah.
I've only really been to like one that was almost there, but not really like that full. Like you see online with all the videos. I've never been to one of those.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but I also I just don't go.
Yeah.
Like for my buddies that get married, like I'll send them a gift or something later. I'd be like, hey, I don't like going to weddings. Here's a cool gift or whatever,
Yeah.
like something for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, unless I'm in it, there's a low chance I'm going. There's not many people that I just want to go to.
Like family and like super close friends.
Yes. Well, and part of it is like I have to do so much stuff like that at the church. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like funerals are the worst. Like, yes, it's a terrible day and everybody's sad and for the church, like there's a lot of times I don't know them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and there's sometimes where I know who they are. I've seen them around. I remember them as a kid or whatever. And, but yeah, there's a lot of times where it's like, I have no idea who this person is.
Yeah.
Or any of their family. Or I
Yeah.
might know like a couple of people in the family. But like being the tech guy, I have to be there early when the funeral home gets there. So if there's a casket, they go and open the casket. Well, I'm upstairs, like looking down, and the only thing you can see down is the person in the casket. So it's like I'm just sitting there with this person, like,
You have no
and
idea.
more than once, like
it
I'll be
is.
the only one in the room for like an hour,
Yeah.
with just me and the casket
no.
chilling out.
No. And it's weird alone just because, I mean, I helped with that last funeral one of the last ones that we did at the church. And I guess that was the first funeral I've been to that I didn't know the person at all. I didn't know anybody who really knew him besides Bob.
Yeah.
And so it was weird being part of a funeral where you didn't know. And it's just, funerals are just kind of, they're sad in general.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of different.
Yeah, it's odd, but it's that's part of the job that we gotta do, and it means a lot to the family, and when the church is behind it, it means a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I've always, I've never liked them, like not like going or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you like playing with the fire? Like, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a player?
Oh, yeah.
I am too. Like I always get in trouble because like that dude is hot, like hot. We're burning some white coals over here. I mean, it's warm. I'm one of those guys I could sit here and like just pick at it, be like, oh, I think this needs to move, 2 inches this way.
Yep.
Let's slide this little piece over here.
Yep.
Whatever it is. I just like having a big fire.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man. So, all right. So we were talking the other day. Music.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, because, is there anybody new lately that you've kind of gotten into, that you've kind of figured out that you like? Anybody kind of new on the scene or kind of hitting it big that you have started listening to?
I'm still listening to, Hardy's coming out with his Hicks tapes where he's got like 33 or whatever different artists that he's recording stuff with.
He's only on a couple of the songs.
I know.
And he's putting this out.
I know. And that's what's
crazy.
That's what's awesome. That's what I like about him is because he's like, let's just make good music. Let's have a good time with it.
Yeah.
I don't care about being in
Who's
the
doing it?
spotlight.
Yeah.
Let's just have a good time with it. And they're great songs because there are a lot of good writers.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool. I've been listening to Sam Williams. It's Hank Williams Jr.'s son.
Okay.
And he's just got it wasn't, when my buddy showed him to me, I wasn't expecting him to sound like he sounds. He's got a very cool, unique voice. And I guess it's considered country, but it's more singer-songwriter country stuff. And I've been listening to a lot of his new stuff, and it's really cool. He's just got a different voice.
Yeah.
And it's easy to listen to.
Yeah. So I've been listening to Logan Mize.
Yep.
He's pretty cool, and he did a podcast the other day on Yee Radio, Granger Smith's radio station. And the guy that runs that he's a famous radio guy from Nashville. But so they're talking, and Logan Mize still works on his own farm.
Oh, really?
He tours and then goes home and works on the farm. Like, obviously he has the other guys doing it too, but he's like, every now and then I gotta come home and drive trucks, or I've gotta, if I'm home, they'll call me and be like, hey, we need you to come help do this.
Yeah.
And so he goes out there and like helps them like work on his own farm.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
I'm like, that's pretty slick, man.
Yeah.
Like a real dude, like a real, country guy
Yeah.
that's actually doing it, not just singing some music, you know.
Yeah, he's a farmer that just happens to sing.
Sing real well. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like Logan Mize.
He's got some good stuff, and I didn't realize that, like, he had a song come out a couple years ago that I really liked, and I didn't put the name together, I guess, you know, or I didn't put it with him when I rediscovered him again lately. And so when I did, I was like, oh, gosh, like, yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah.
But I only knew of his one song. Now I'm like, his whole, you know, collection, I'm like, oh, this is all good stuff, like really good stuff. We're at 20 minutes, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I go through phases where, like, sometimes I'll be into music, sometimes I'll be into just podcasting, sometimes I'll be just into videos and like, and that really adjusts. And I'm kind of coming out of a big podcast phase into more of just a music phase.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you what, I have not listened to just the radio in a long time.
The only time I listen to the radio is if I'm like driving just down the road somewhere or something like that, to where it's almost, because in my truck I have to press the whole. There's like 3 buttons, and I have to tell the lady in the truck to switch to Bluetooth audio, and sometimes it's just not worth it. So.
Dang Fords.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, whatever.
I was talking to a buddy last night, and he just got a job in Tulsa about 4 or 5 months ago, and they got him a company truck, and they gave him a Ford F-150, 2019 Ford F-150.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Sweet, you know, I've never had a Ford truck. You know, he's always driven Chevy trucks like me." And he goes, you know, hey, I don't have anything wrong against it, you know. And he said, it's been the shop 3 times. And he was like, just for random stuff, like recalled parts and things like that. And so he goes, yeah, the other day I had to take it in yet again to the shop. And so the company gave him this truck that was on their yard. He works for a construction company. He just gave him another truck that was on their yard. And I was like, here, drive this till your truck gets out. And so he goes, I literally went to go drop off equipment at one of their sites.
Yeah.
And was coming back. He goes, I go to get on the on-ramp of the interstate. And he goes, just died. He goes, the truck just died.
The replacement truck?
The replacement truck. And it was another Ford.
Another Ford.
He goes, they gave me so much crap because I had killed 2 Fords in a day, in 2 days or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, maybe we shouldn't be driving Fords then. Like, he was giving him grief about it.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
But yeah, like I said, I'm not upset with my truck, but if I were going back on it, I'd.
Yeah. I cannot say this enough. I love my truck.
Yeah.
Love my truck.
There's
nice stuff truck I want to do to it and change it. But as is, I love my truck.
Yeah.
It is awesome. It is what I've wanted since I was a kid. I mean, when they came out, I was like, I want that truck, you know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just one of those things, man.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And
love it.
You and your brother have very similar trucks.
We have very similar trucks, different colors, which is funny. But, yeah, very, very similar trucks. His is a lot newer than mine is. But like if you got inside them, I mean, and from the outside,
yeah, I mean, it's
you
the
can't
same,
tell.
It's the same body and everything like that.
And he's got lifted and all that, and the side runners and everything. So he's got a little bit more than I do, but it's nothing that I don't plan to do.
Right.
And side by side, like, I mean, mine's almost as tall as his. He just has bigger tires.
Yeah.
That's really the only difference.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, which is funny because my dad's always, you know, my dad drove a Chevy for 17 years, I think. He had a 2-door Silverado forever.
Yeah.
From the time that he started work until, you know, like 2007 or something like that. Until he bought his truck that he has now. And when he went to get a new one, we were like thinking he'd get a new Silverado or something. And I was like, yes, like get that. That'd be awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get that one day. Then he goes and buys this Tacoma that's like a smaller truck. And he was like, I remember him talking about buying, or he went and test drove a Silverado that was very similar to mine. And he said, it's just so long you can't do anything with it. Like, it's too long. You need a football field to turn around in. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, you know. And so, you know, years later now, Brett and I both have them. And now he's like, these things aren't half bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, you could have bought one years
Yeah.
ago
Yeah.
and been so much better. But yeah, I mean, I'm as big as I am, and Brett's the same size just about. And squeezing that little Tacoma for years. Fighting over who's in the front seat versus the back seat, so
Yep.
who gets leg room and who doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always been crazy.
Yeah. My uncle in Greenwood, he drove a Ford Ranger, and we'd always take his truck somewhere, and so when we'd go hunting or something like that, it would always be like him and my dad in the front seat, and then I would always, they had the little behind the seats,
Yep, little
seats from the
fold ones.
side that would fold down.
The worst.
And I used to think they were so cool because I was like, oh, I get my own little seat back here. But looking back on it now, I was like, that was awful. Like, I was so squished every time I rode back there. And it just wasn't a good time, especially when we'd go trapping with my grandpa and stuff like that, because I'd be the one that would have to, hold the deer pee and all the animal pee and everything like that. And so I'd just be squished back there. And
So Brett and I had that little Colorado, right?
Mhm.
We had a little Chevy Colorado, like the S10s, smaller than the
Yeah.
Rangers, And we were going to a small group for church one night, and our buddies needed a ride, and then our other buddies needed a ride, and we already had one person with us. We were like, crap. We put, I think it was 6 people
oh my gosh.
in that little cab and drove. Yeah, I think we're past the statute of limitations on this, I hope.
Yeah.
It drove a long way,
Yeah.
out to Fiena. With 6 of us in that little bitty truck just squished.
Oh, that would be
and it
funny.
looked like a clown car.
Yeah.
getting out. It was
just
so funny.
one after another. Get pulled over, and the cop would be like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah. But
Darcy just let me know that I got how long. We've been dating wrong. It's 4 years, not 5 years. We're going on 4 years, not 5 years. I was thinking as we're about to start our 5th year,
Yeah.
not we've been dating for 4 now complete years. So I'm sorry, Darcy. I got it wrong. My bad. At least I know you listen to our podcast now. That's good.
What a good girlfriend.
Because I've been questioning if
Yeah.
you did or not, but that's funny.
Aw.
Yeah, I don't care. It's one of those
Yeah,
things.
I mean,
She knows I do so much that
Yeah.
to watch all my videos or something would be a difficult task to do,
yeah.
It's not like she's watching technically today's episode right now,
Yeah.
and she's texting me about it. That's funny. But yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the difference between 4 and 5 years. It's not like the difference between 1 year and 2 years is a different thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, it's been long enough now. It's like we've been together for a while.
yeah.
It's all that matters. It's all right. Oh, yeah. Good times.
Dude, how long does this coffee take?
I think it's ready. You ready for some?
Let's try it.
Hang on a second. Let me stop the cameras. Let's switch out, and we'll make coffee.
All right.
All right, so let's see if I can do this without absolutely burning myself, I guess. I got some pot holders, but we'll see. Even my cup's hot. All right.
Oh, it smells fantastic. Now, it's still going to take me a minute because I got a sensitive mouth.
What's that? Hey, yours is a little lighter color than mine. What's that about?
I don't know. I guess somebody put some creamer in the cup or something. I don't know how that got there.
That's funny. It smells really good though.
It does smell very good.
It's a different flavor. It's a different scent. I don't know what it smells like.
Let me see yours because mine's got.
It's very different. It doesn't smell. It smells like coffee, but it smells like it's got some in it. I don't know.
Yeah, for black coffee, it's got a different smell to it.
I hope this wasn't like instant coffee. It doesn't say.
What's the difference?
Well, if it was like instant coffee, all you gotta do is like mix it with water. And so if you were boiling it like that, I don't know if that would be right. Really? Hey. Dang sheriff. Oh, it's a funeral. Never mind. Sorry if you're lost. My bad.
We love funerals.
Yeah,
Remember?
we love funerals. Yeah.
No, it does smell really good.
Oh, man. So what else? What else has been going on?
Dude, that's it, man. Staying busy. Football and wedding season have taken up the majority of my free time.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some more free time.
No joke, man. Free time, like, so what do you like doing on your free time? What does free time mean?
This.
This? Just sitting around hanging
This,
out?
yeah. Like, I don't know. I like time, like, to myself to, like, just relax and chill out for a little bit, but not a lot. I want to do stuff with friends.
Yeah, I can't be alone for a long time.
Yeah.
I am not one that has to seclude. Like a little while, yes. Like at the end of a long day when I've been around 1,000 people, I want to be alone.
Yeah.
But like today, like this afternoon, once you leave, I'm gonna be sitting around going, all right, what do I need to do? What can I do? Where can I go? Go hang out with somebody, go do something.
Yeah.
You know, I can't just sit.
No.
But
yeah, like on days off when I don't have anything to do, like I'll wake up and then I'll just like spend an hour just like waking up for the day.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of like, no, I got to do something. This is terrible. I cannot just
I can't just
do
sit here.
nothing.
Yeah. I fully agree. But there are a lot of times where I come outside and I just do a fire by myself like this. Like I've done that several times. Make some coffee, make a big old pot of coffee like this, and just go sit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I
It's
do
very nice.
when I was still working at Lowe's. Is I'd usually get off at 10 at night, and I'd get home, and I don't want to go like straight to bed. I don't want to like leave work and just go straight to bed and then wake up and then just do work again in the morning. So I would go out in the backyard and just make me a little fire and just listen to music and just chill out for a little bit. Yeah,
I get you. I fully understand. Hey, make sure you don't burn that cable.
yeah, that wouldn't be
That would be
ideal.
awesome. Your microphone starts shorting out. Like, what's going on? Of course, we also wouldn't know until later because, like, we're recording this, but we can't hear it.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, what's that smell, man? It smells like burning rubber.
Yeah. So
it's the
one
mic.
time where I'm out having a fire and I wasn't paying attention, and I had my foot like resting on the bottom beam of the fire pit like that,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I was like my foot just started getting like real hot,
Yeah.
and I looked down and it had melted my shoes.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice it. Like it was so cold outside that like it was like, oh, this feels really nice. And then I looked down and realized that I have just absolutely melted a pair of shoes.
That sucks.
Yeah, I hate having to buy shoes.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. Shoes are the worst, man. 'Cause I'm picky about my shoes, but I don't buy them enough to be picky. You know
I
what I'm
gotcha.
saying?
Yeah, I'm not a big shoe guy.
Yeah.
And so for me to buy shoes, I've got to either really need them or I am probably buying them. I don't buy shoes just for a style or anything like that. Like I buy shoes when I need shoes.
Yeah.
And when I do that, like if I spend $100 on a pair of shoes, I really wanted those shoes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't spend money on that stuff. And for no other reason than it's just like I never have. You know?
Right.
I probably wouldn't mind it, but it's just one of those like I don't know. It's just kind of hard for me to do.
Yeah. I like shoes, and especially like doing worship and stuff like that. Like I have different shoes, and majority of the time they're white.
Yeah, you showed up today looking like you're fixing to go lead somewhere.
Like
All
this?
dressed up, yeah, man.
Oh no, this is just my.
He's like, no, I just dress like this.
I
all the time.
get to break out the flannels, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. I almost bought another one last night. Yeah, it was just a little cheap material though, and I was like,
Well, I got this one at TJ Maxx for like $12.
there you go.
Yeah. I didn't know TJ Maxx had flannels, but they do. I was gonna say something about shoes.
You're a big like Air One guy, right? Like, do you like the
Air One or Air Jordans?
either Air Force Ones, whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Which, yes and no. Like I don't like spending that much money on shoes, even though I really like shoes. If I had the money, I definitely would. But I remember a couple years ago, James Harden came out with some new shoes. They looked really sweet, and at the time we were playing basketball consistently, and so they were $120, and I bought them, and I returned them the next day because like I lost sleep at night. I was like, I cannot vouch for paying that much money, which some people that might watch it be like, oh, I spend a lot more money on
$120 for a pair of shoes really isn't that much in the grand scheme of things.
But for me,
yeah,
it's a different story. And so I returned them the next day. I just felt so guilty about it, and I was like, I can't do this to myself.
I bought a pair of boots one time, and I returned them the next day because I was like, that was just too much. I couldn't do it. I didn't need it.
Yeah, sometimes you just buy stuff, and you're like, yeah, I want it, and it'll work itself out later.
Now, that is one place where, like, I don't like paying that much for tennis shoes, but for a pair of boots,
yeah,
like I will drop some money on a pair of boots.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, well, boots are. I feel like boots are. I mean, unless like you're going for like super stylish looking ones, you get what you pay for.
100%.
So
Absolutely,
I mean, like a lot of the tennis shoes and stuff like that, you're paying for who makes them,
Paying for style.
You're paying for the color scheme or whatever. But with boots, like you're paying for
quality. Because I've had a pair of cheap boots, and I won't own again.
Yeah.
Like, and I've also spent a lot more money. Like, I bought a pair of boots for my motorcycle to ride in, that are Keen boots, and those things are like walking on a cloud.
Really?
Like, they're work boots, but they're the most comfortable shoes I own. Period, by far.
Our motorcycle, do they have to be like steel-toed or anything?
No, I just wanted something that was lace up that I could tighten around my ankle.
Yeah.
Really, ankle protection is the biggest thing. Here comes the motorcycle. Nope, just big truck. Never mind. Truck. But yeah, really, it's just like your ankle protection is the main thing that you want.
Yeah.
Not necessarily steel toe. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
But
so you went down to speaking of motorcycles, you went down to see Darcy.
I did
recently, and tell us about your experience going to the Harley Davidson.
Yeah, so Harley Davidson Tallahassee, shout out to those guys. They're awesome. They had, we've got a dealership here in Fort Smith, and they're nice people. I've met a couple of really nice guys out there that work out there, but they just don't have a ton of bikes. And so, like, Fayetteville has a lot of bikes. Like, they have a large one. But the Harley dealership in Tallahassee is a mile away from Darcy's house.
Yeah.
And so one day we were like, hey, let's run down there and just, go see what they've got, go look around, And I walk in, they had a bike that I absolutely loved.
Was it the one you sent me a picture of?
Yeah.
That thing was slick.
It's like a gray,
like a matte,
gray. Almost a matte gray road glide special. And I mean, it had the handlebars that I want, aftermarket handlebars, aftermarket pipes, exactly the ones that I want. I mean, it was the bike. It was almost a performance bagger for anybody listening that knows kind of like what that means. And I was like, I'm standing there, I'm like, this thing is awesome. So I sit on it and everything. The guy walks up and we're talking. He goes, ask if we were from, Tallahassee. I told him no, I'm from Arkansas. And he goes, oh, okay. And we're talking, and he just nonchalantly goes, we'll ship anywhere in the U.S. for free, right? And I go, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, we'll ship Harley to Harley anywhere in the U.S. for free. And I was like,
ooh.
That you should not have told me that, dude. Because it was one of those things that
it became real in that moment.
It was a little pricey for a bike.
Yeah.
But like for that bike in particular, it was priced very well. Very well. And on sale. And I was like, Oh, dude.
So, yeah.
But also, it would have cost the same as I have on my truck. So I was like, maybe this is
The payments would have been the same?
The total cost was almost the same as my truck.
Gosh.
What I owe on my truck.
Right.
No, what I owe left on my truck. Not what my truck is worth.
Yeah.
But what I owe left on my truck, this bike was almost the same price. And I was like, I don't know if I can do 2 of these payments.
Yeah. So if you didn't have your new truck, then you'd probably be driving that motorcycle. I told him, I said, what's a little bit of debt when you're turning every head on Rogers Avenue?
No joke. Oh.
Makes it worth it, right?
I mean, I came close enough to doing it. It was scary. And the guy, like, he said I was about 20 minutes late from getting to go on a test ride on it because they have to put it up at a certain time.
Oh, yeah.
And after a certain time, they're just like, we can't fill out paperwork and go do a test ride. But, like, Harley's awesome. If you have insurance, like, at all, and you've got your motorcycle endorsement, you can go sign up and ride any bike you want to. I could go there right now and get on a $60,000 bike and take it around the block.
That's
and
crazy.
I heard on, watching TikTok, there's a guy on there, Nick the Harley guy. Shout out to Nick. I wish you would watch this. This would be awesome. Super cool. And he explained it, and he was like, no, if you wreck that thing, they'll pay for it.
What?
Yeah, you're not liable for damage.
Are you serious?
Past a certain dollar amount. That's a percentage of the bike or something like that. But
oh, my gosh.
But, yeah, like, if you go out there and, like, you total it, and especially if it's not your fault, you won't pay a dime for it. But if you go out there and lay one down, they'll just replace the bike.
Man,
that's insane.
That is insane. Like, I wonder how many times that's happened.
He said he's never seen it happen. And he works at a big dealership, so I would be surprised. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happens fairly regularly.
Yeah.
Because you get somebody thinking they know what they're doing. And now, when you go on the ride, one of their workers rides with you. Not on the bike, but, like, they take a bike, too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, how different is it, like, say if you're driving a smaller bike, and you've always driven a smaller bike, and then you want to go, like, test out this big bike or something like that. Like, is it much difference of a ride?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, are you familiar with dirt bikes?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm on a pit bike, and I'm riding a pit bike around, and then all of a sudden I go jump on a 400cc bike, like one of the big, right, or the 250s. What is it? What's the big one?
What'd you say first?
What's like the 400, or is it 250? What's like the pro bike?
I don't know. I want to say it's 250, isn't it?
It may be 250. That sounds right. But even so, even if that's like a mid-size bike, like all the different sizes of them, is the same once you get into bigger bikes. You're talking about weight, you're talking about power and torque, and the weight alone is a huge factor. Because my bike that I have is a pretty light bike in the grand scheme of things. But I've been on bikes before that are like super heavy. And when you go to turn or corner on one of those things, if you're not ready for that weight to fall on you and you're not leaning the right way and you're not giving enough gas or anything, you can easily lay one over. Easily.
So what happens when you lay a bike over? I mean, because I know it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So really, like, a bike is just, it's not, the way that it's weighted is weighted to have a person on top. So it's like, it's top heavy on the bike so that altogether the weight's correct when someone's sitting on it. So if it lays over on its side to get it up back to 2 wheels, I mean, you're lifting, because a bike could weigh up to like 500, 600, 700 pounds, like they're heavy. And if you can't lift that much, I mean, that's the biggest thing is small guys like you aren't ride big bikes.
Yeah.
Lay one over and have to have someone else help them up.
Yeah.
Just because it's hard to get that center of balance right,
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, and then you scrape the side of the bike, and if your bike has a fairing, like the front windshield thing, it'll scrape those up, could break those. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that could happen.
Yeah.
And depending on if you're sitting still or if you're riding, like if you're riding and you lay one over and that thing goes skidding across the ground,
Yeah.
not good.
Mm.
Not good.
Yeah, you haven't done anything with yours. Like you haven't put a scrape on it or anything yet, right?
I haven't. Nope. I've been very cautious with mine. Yeah, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of like sitting still in the parking lot, figuring things out. And I spent a lot of time just sitting on the bike, feeling the weight and feeling like, okay, where is that tip point? Like where is the point of no return? And how do I not get there, you know? And I spent a lot of time like almost trying to tip over to make sure that I don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Just to see where that break point's at.
Yeah. But there have been a couple times where, like, when you roll to a stop and if your wheel isn't, like, the right way, there's been a couple times where you're like, oh, like, you know, trying to hold it up. Yeah. So it's weird.
That's cool, man.
But, yeah, it's
how long did it take you to get comfortable?
A couple weeks and riding, like, 2 hours a day or so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I put a, like, you know, because riding a motorcycle for an hour is a long time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, or 2 hours, you know. A 2 hour bike ride would be a pretty good ride, you know. Like a pretty good Sunday afternoon ride.
Yeah.
And I was doing 2 to 3 hours a day for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I put a lot of hours in a parking lot but I put a lot of time on a bike before I even put one on the street.
Yeah.
Like even thought about putting one on the street.
That's smart.
So.
I mean, getting the feel of it and everything like that.
Yeah. And the cool thing about like the church parking lot is there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, I can pull up to a stop or make up scenarios in my head that like, okay, I got to make the turn in this amount of feet, but yet I'm in this huge parking lot to where I have way more than I need, but just making sure I can do it. Yeah. And then there's enough little roads through our parking lot that like you can get the hang of riding on the street like that. So
yeah, and your brother's he's been coming and riding yours around the parking lot too because he's wanting to get a bike.
Yeah, he was supposed to take his test this week and it ended up just raining. So hopefully we'll go here in the next couple weeks. But yeah, he's itching to go.
Yeah,
he wants one, and he was gonna buy mine for a while, and he still might. It's just whether one of us finds another bike that we'd like to have more. And he's found a couple that he really likes that are just different, but you know, we'll see.
That's cool. I would like to maybe one day, but I don't know, dude. That's just
they're a lot.
It's a lot, and I think it'd be really cool, but I don't know if I'd ever take that thing on the interstate or anything like that.
Oh, interstate? No, I don't know that I'll ever ride on the interstate. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like highway stuff, though, yeah, I mean, I'm all for, but
yeah,
the interstate's a lot. Like, it will take me a long time before I feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
That's really fast.
It is.
I mean, you know, if you're sitting in a car doing 75, 80 miles an hour, you're like, that's okay. When you're on a motorcycle going 40, you're like, that ground is moving.
Yeah.
Fast. I mean, it is a wake-up call to how fast speed really is.
Yeah.
You know? Because if you're just in a car your whole life, you know, you don't really know.
Yeah. You got 4 wheels.
You got 4 wheels, you got doors, you're in a box.
Yeah.
When you're on a bike, you got 2 wheels, and, like, the difference between, like, you and the ground is inches. It's a different ballgame.
Yeah, there's a couple guys that I graduated with that they're big into like the ninja bikes.
Yeah, I don't care.
And they'll post these videos of them like down like a 2-lane where there's like you can pass and like they'll like pop a wheelie and like go around these cars. I'm just like, man, I get doing stuff for the thrill, but. Dude, one little
rock in the road.
Yeah, even something that you can't control.
Yeah,
and there's
one slick
this
spot, anything, oil spot, anything.
Yeah, and I saw this video on the other day where a guy was riding his bike, and a truck just like crosses over and stops, And so he like goes down and he manages to slide underneath the truck, but his bike was just like
Just went everywhere.
yeah, it just went everywhere. And just the thought of the stupid drivers that I can't go anywhere. Like I can't go anywhere driving around and not run into somebody doing something stupid on the road.
Yep.
It's been so long since I've gone on a trip, even if it's like from here to the church or something like that, not very far. I don't know what's going on, man. People are just not.
I really think like the whole pandemic, like people quit driving, and I really think when everybody quit driving, they just forgot how to drive the right way. I mean, I really think that's a big part of it, and I don't know, but yeah, on a motorcycle, man, it can be scary because a lot of times what I'm always afraid of is people rear-ending me.
Yeah.
Because they don't see me or whatever because I'm up against a car, and so I'm always like really cautious about that. But at the same time, like I also feel like I'm a little bit more maneuverable than I am in a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can get away a little quicker and a little easier than if I wasn't in a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was riding with my buddy on the interstate. I mean, it was daytime, and he was going in the passing lane to pass this car, and he checked his mirrors and everything like that, but he didn't do a good enough blind spot, and he started getting over, and when he did, he saw the motorcycle, and like the motorcycle like had to go on like the edge of the road real quick, and so he like skirted back over real quick. But it's just because I mean they are smaller and they're harder to see, and
yeah,
so
if you're in somebody's blind, I will not drive in somebody's blind spot on my bike.
Yeah.
Because it scares the mess out of me.
Yeah.
I will stop or I will like speed up and go around somebody to not be there. And I drive a loud bike. Like my bike is very, very loud.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know I'm there. You know, I'm not against like revving the bike up just to be like, hey, do not hit me. I am right here.
Yeah.
You know, but it happens all the time, you know. Mm. And I know a lot of people that are like, it's not if, it's when, but
yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
and which I mean they're
that's with anything. That's with a car too.
Exactly. There are countless people that have been like, I've never been, never been in a wreck, never been close, and it's just one of those things where you can't really not do something because of that because
I mean, hey, I got hit by a Hummer going 60 miles an hour right out here,
right down there.
You know, in my truck. That's never anything I thought would ever happen to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I walked away from it. Like,
thank goodness.
It could have went bad.
That was a hard hit.
It was a hard hit, very hard hit. But yeah, what I think we should get are Groms, the little mini bikes. Have I shown you those? I think we need those.
That would be so much fun.
I want one really bad. I mean, I think it'd be hilarious because I would look like this massive dude on this little bitty bike, and I think it'd be funny. But like, I don't know, they're just fun, and you can off-road them.
Yeah,
like they come with off-road tires, like standard. And I'm like, this could be cool.
It could be very cool.
Like, throw them in the truck and go like somewhere where pit bikes are at, you know.
Yeah.
You'll rip a pit bike track real quick and then drive home on them. You know?
Yeah.
Like that sounds like fun, and they're fairly cheap. So.
Yeah. Who's that YouTuber that rides his around, him and his wife or girlfriend or something like that?
Oh, Talon Sai?
Maybe.
In Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were driving one, like, and I mean, yeah, they had two people on theirs, and I was like, okay, maybe this is a little, because I've only seen them in person a couple times, and so they are kind of hard to gauge, you know, how big they actually are. But he had two people riding on his, and they were fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll be fine then.
Yeah.
You know, he also, like, mods his out real bad. Like, I watched a video the other day where he did even more mods on it, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's probably a lot of money, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like new exhaust, new cam, new all kinds of stuff. I mean, he's got some money in it for sure.
Yeah. But can you mod out like a normal motorcycle like quite a bit?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, people make choppers all the time. Choppers are just bikes that people took and put new parts on it. I mean, that's the coolest thing about motorcycles is once you buy one and have a frame, you can do whatever you want to with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go chopper style and just make your own, build your own, whatever, you know, or you can buy a factory bike. That's
Yeah.
made a certain way.
That's cool.
But like mine, I didn't put those pipes on it, but those are not the original pipes. Like my exhaust pipes are not the original for that.
Okay.
Those are a set of Harley pipes. They're not Yamaha pipes.
Okay.
Yeah. I looked up a picture one day because I was like, I wonder what the originals looked like. And they had 2 pipes coming out the back instead of 2 to 1.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, huh, okay. And I saw one on the street the other day, and I rolled my window down, and I was like, oh, I'm glad mine doesn't sound like that.
Yeah.
Because it was like, that's a little wimp.
So stuff like that, is that pretty, like, motorcycle stuff universal? Like you said, it's a Harley pipes on.
Somewhat. You can buy conversion kits like anything else, but most of it is. I mean, like I said, it's like Legos. You can really do whatever you want to with it.
Yeah.
Once you have the base stuff, you can sit there and flip stuff around and change things out. And
Yeah.
it's just a motor and a chain, and well, mine's not a chain, mine's a shaft drive, but motor and chain, 2 wheels. That's really all you got to have. The gas tank.
That's cool.
So.
That's cool.
But yeah, then you start getting a lot of money. So
yeah,
I don't know about that. So man, this has been fun. I mean, this has gone by quick.
Yeah, it has.
Like real quick. And
Yeah,
even though we did like a quarter of it before we filmed, it's still been pretty quick.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy this. We're gonna have to do this more.
I know.
What I really would like to do is get a bunch of people on here.
Yeah.
And that's one idea we've had is like having a ton of people. Because I think we could probably do 8 people without really having a problem. So
now is that like everybody with a mic, or will we set up like mics in between people, or?
Oh, we could do everybody with a mic.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll do like some Friendsgiving or Christmas party or something like that. That'd be fun.
If we ever get to go on a hunting weekend or something like that.
If we ever get to go on hunting weekend, that would be awesome.
That would be sick.
That would be cool. Maybe do like a truck video or something too in between now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like the end of the year's here. Like we were planning out episodes, and I mean, like we talked about last week, end of the year is upon us. It's basically 2022.
It's been nuts.
Which is crazy that we just started November and it's already like pretty much over.
Yeah, I feel like 2019 just ended.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh. I was even trying to think of what I did for New Year's the other day. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't, I don't know. And I get these the notifications like on Facebook and Snapchat and stuff that's like memories from that you posted a year ago or posted 2 years ago. I'm like, bro, I thought that was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I thought we just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Is this what getting older is like, man?
I guess so.
I don't like this.
I don't know. Oh man.
Kenny Chesney song says "Don't blink."
Don't blink. It's just like that. Who am I? Who does that remind you of? Remind you of Rick?
Oh gosh.
Just singing random songs.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. Is Rick will be like, we'll be in a meeting, and we'll go, we're gonna sing "Hark the Herald." Hark the Herald.
Yeah, and he always does it in some kind of like choir voice. Yeah.
Like, which is funny because Rick can actually sing really well.
Yeah.
Like you really can. But like a couple years ago, we made a album for him, a PR Christmas album.
Yeah.
And like, cause he would leave his mic on, and I could record him like singing songs. It was hilarious. He loved it, but then complained about it, and he still complains about it. But then he's like, "Are you gonna do another one?"
Yeah.
No, you won't leave your mic on, man. But it's funny.
That's funny.
He enjoys it. I know he does.
Yeah.
And so does everybody else. Well, man, it's been fun.
It has been fun.
Any final words? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to bring up?
Oh.
Comments, questions, remarks?
I don't think so, dude. It's been a good fire. It's almost out.
Good fire. Yeah, good timing, too.
Coffee was good.
It's all right. Mine's all right.
Which, I mean.
I think I'm going to have to add something to it. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not the worst.
Not bad for a little can of Walmart coffee.
Not bad for a can of coffee. And, hey, really all I wanted was the can. It's a pretty cool little can.
Yeah.
So that's really all I want it for. Now I got a video prop. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Well, till next time, man.
Till next time. It's been fun.
Been fun. See ya.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Good Dudes Podcast.
To stay up to date with everything going on, follow us on all social media platforms at the Good Dudes Podcast. And we'll see you in the next one.